the power this Boibu has is unthinkable. They can arrest anybody on that spot without any warrants, and they can execute anyone they want, and they can send anyone they want to the concentration camps. I think that friend my mom thought her life was her best friend turns out to be a spy for her. And these 30,000 people were punished because of one, they didn't even know that they were related to this guy. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park. I'm a North Korean defector human rights activist. So in this video today, I will talk about CIA or the KGB of North Korea. This organization called the State Security Department or Boibu in Korean words. This organization has been the main supporter and also the enabler for North Korean regime to continue their dictatorship and state control the people the way how they have been managing. This Boibu have created North Korea into this perfect dystopia that humanity could ever imagine. Boibu is a collection of people around, it's a secret police, basically, so you can think of a CIA or something. Around 90 to 100,000 secret officers abroad within North Korea. And there are 25 million North Koreans, and there are that many secret police, around 100,000 of them. It's really a lot of numbers, and they are not even just like normal police. There is other police and armies and so many other organizations, but this Boibu is actually directly sending their orders to Kim Jong-un, to the most top person. They are the special secret police, and their main goal is maintaining the control of the population and try to break down any kind of resistance. And also they are assigned to go even like surveillance those diplomats when they go to China or UK, other countries as a diplomat or counselor. They still have to report to this the Boibu officers, because they are the most ultimate authority power they got given by Kim Jong-un. And this is very important to understand with the story of Otto Warmbier, American student, college student who went to North Korea as a tourist. However, he got detained and accused of being a CIA spy and trying to steal the propaganda banner. Then later he came unconscious and eventually passed away. Why the State Security Department is so important is that this is like where North Korea created this whole system of planting seed in each other's North Koreans' heart to not being able to trust each other. Therefore, we always wonder that the world's gonna have ears. You know, when we go in the empty room, we would always wonder that something can hear us. And that's how these officers were so good at disguising themselves and trying to get the people who actually might disagree with the regime. My mother had an incident with them as well. And the incident that she had was when the first Kim Il-sung, died. She had a relative that was visiting from China and told her Kim Il-sung died from exhaustion from working so hard for the North Korean people. He actually died from some heart attack, and the anger that he had for his son, that his son actually betrayed him and took everything from him, and when he realized that he didn't have any actual power, and it got him to get a heart attack. But she heard that story, and then she told her best friend, saying, can you believe that the bad people trying to destroy our country actually spreading this kind of horror rumors? So the thing that kept her alive was that she didn't say, oh, this is true. She was trying to defend the dictators, saying how horrible for our enemies that they created this kind of unthinkable rumor for us to believe. One day when we were young, she said she came home and there are people, all these boy officers with the sunglasses and the cars nearby all came in and asked her to come sit down. The power this boy has is unthinkable. They can arrest anybody on that spot without any warrants, and they can execute anyone they want, and they can send anyone they want to the concentration camps. They don't need to go through any procedure with the law, nothing. If they think this person needs to be killed right now, they can kill them right on that spot. So my mom went there, bent her knees, and they asked, like, I heard this from somebody, and where did you hear this news? And my mom was so honest. She told her, oh, I had an uncle from China and he told me. But I think that friend, my mom thought her life was her best friend, turns out to be a spy for her. So this is like where whole thing goes crazy. So if there are 3 people, like I am here and my friends here, another friend sitting here, the system created this way. So I am going to spy on my friend, this friend, but then I am being spied on the other friend. However, that friend like spying on me is being spied by somebody else. So you're spying on someone and you're so being spied. Therefore, even if I'm being such a good person that I'm not gonna like report on my friends like wrong behavior, I know that then someone else is watching me gonna report on me. Therefore, for my life, or not only my life, the 3 generations of my families who are related to me, for my wrongdoing can go vanished, that I have to report on that person, despite like, even though I want to be a decent human. So the distrust between people they planted, the paranoia, to the point that the first thing my mom told me was not to even whisper, because the birds and mice could hear me. I always believed that every word in my house had a word like ears. They could listen what I thought. And this kind of paranoia is everywhere, and this created by this organization called the Bowibo, that they have this uncontrolled, unlimited power to punish people till however way they want it to be. And the 3 generations is like nothing. It's like normal political crimes that they get 3 generations, but if you do anything remotely close to resisting the regime or the party, then they say 8 generations. And we don't even know what that means. So basically, the neighbor of that person, some partly knew some kind of friends. Some neighbor, when there was one very top high ranking official escaped to South Korea named Hwang Jang-hyuk, more than 35,000 people got punished. Tens of them executed and thousands of them being sent to prison camp. And these 30,000 people were punished because one, they didn't even know that they were related to this guy. And recently that Kim Jong-un's uncle Jang Song-taek, when he punished, more than 10,000 people vanished for his crime. So imagine, and that is all Bowibo's doing, this CIA of North Korea's their work. They do practice this kind of a god figure, but like most like monstrous, the hair figure for North Koreans. Even though they say the child, when the mothers do not know how to soothe their child and they keep being naughty, their mom's boy officers are gonna come and get you. Then even the infant knows how to stop crying. Then that's how. Now I'm laughing, but the terror. Can you imagine how bad it is? Even the most tiniest baby understands the word boy, and they're gonna just stop and be obedient. And this is the organization that got Otto Warmbier. So many people, all of you asked me in the past through comments about Otto's status, what happened to him. And I am actually really close to his father and his mom, and I saw Otto's younger brother as well. It definitely breaks my heart to see that innocent life like that took away by this dictatorship. But there's so much that we can learn from Otto's case, is that one, you understand the cruelty and that there's no any resemblance, anything resembling to what North Korean regime is right now till this day for humanity to deal with. How on earth they kill this young man, the innocent man, and all they're actually accusing him of doing was actually trying to steal a banner in a hotel floor that he was supposed not to go. And the footage is shown, however, it wasn't really clear enough. Some people say he wrote something down on the banner, maybe he signed his name there, because he was at the end of the day a college kid and he did not, there's very vandalism, like we write things on the wall or some like posters is a very common thing, right? That was his thing, but this boibu, what they were doing is actually made him that like actually he was this guy's university student, but he was actually CIA spy from America. And then Boibi wanted to show some kind of accomplishment to Kim Jong-un, and this is like what it is in dictatorship, right? Like everybody's incentive coming from pleasing dictator. It's not about doing the right thing. Therefore, that's why the country is so mess. The people cannot choose to do the right thing because then that doesn't serve their any interest. There's no incentive for that. The only incentive coming from what is pleasing this dictator. And they thought if they told like Kim Jong-un that, oh, we caught a CIA spy, how much our like dictator gonna love us. So probably what I assume, and I have talked to a lot of North Korean high-ranking officials and also the former member of both the CIA of North Korea, and they think that's what it was. The boy was doing, saying that they tried to just like show Kim Jong-un that they did something nice for him, and said like, oh, we caught a like CIA spy. He was trying to destroy you, and we caught him and we tortured him, and look at him, we taught the lesson to our enemies. So in this boy, the CIA, they have the place to, of course, torture. They have a room for torture. Like who does it in this 21st century? And the most horrible torture method that I asked people who went through it, and they told me it's just the torture that asks you to sit in a certain position and not moving for days and no sleeping. That is the most unbelievable torture you can get. That in this like tiny room that you cannot sleep, and in a certain position that you cannot, everything gone just like numb, and that is like actually being beaten is they say is much better than that certain position of torture. So in this boibu, they learn what is the most effective way to cause a harm and misery and pain to another human. They study torture. So when the officers, when they go in this training session, they of course learn how to kill people, shoot people, and torture people. And this is the thing. This regime teaching these people, like 100,000 people, to how to cause most unbearable suffering to another human. And that is what Otto Warmbier went through. He was a young man, healthy man. He was very tall and such a light spirit and so much love and just full of heart. He went there and we don't know what they have done to him, but he came out and unrecognizable. He wouldn't, and he passed away a few days later after he got to America. But the thing is that, if this is like what North Korean regime doing to a white man from the USA, imagine what they're gonna do to North Koreans who nobody knows they exist, right? North Koreans like, I escaped, that's why you know my name, that you know that I existed in this world. But 25 million North people, we don't know that they exist, and nobody gonna ask for justice for their life. And that's why life means not even like as little as the fly's life. That's like what we always compare, like how fragile, how meaningless our life in that system is. Like actually our life is less valuable in like little tiny fly that going around in our kitchen. I hope that this understanding CIA of North Korea gave you some better understanding this regime and North Korean society, and how that helped to create North Korea into Georgia Wars 1984. I look forward to seeing you guys all next time.